Well, on eNCA, we are focusing today on counterfeit products, and recently police had confiscated counterfeit goods worth over 75 million rand during a raid. A massive bust that was meant to be conducted today has been cancelled, we understand. So let's find out some more details from our reporter, eNCA's Pule Letshwiti-Jones, who joins us now to give us this update. Pule, very warm good morning to you. I mean, the issue around counterfeit goods is twofold in as far as its negative impact. One, we have, the cost, which is around its billions in terms of what the economy is bleeding through this counterfeit goods. But when we look at counterfeit food or fake food, we also learn from health authorities that it could also pose some health hazards. But from where you stand, what do you have for us regarding this focus today?
Definitely. The police were expected to raid one of the operations in this area in Tshwane, but we do understand that this operation now has been postponed. However, to unpack all of this for us, we are joined by the Gauteng spokesperson from SAPS, Brigadier Muridili. Thank you very much for speaking to us this morning, Brig. Maybe let's just first start with, do we have any, understanding or details as to why the operation has been postponed?
Thank you, Pule, for the opportunity. We had to cancel on advice of crime intelligence because, as you know, before we do any raid, crime intelligence will be at the scene where we have to do the raid, and then they will be observing. So they have advised that we have to postpone, as the target, the person that we've been targeting for this operation, will apparently not be in the premises today. So that's why we had to cancel.
And as a result of this as well, is this a setback in terms of what you're trying to pounce on as well? Does this create a setback for you guys?
Not necessarily, Pule. It's a postponement. It's not a cancellation as that, because they will continue to observe the area. We have not disclosed as to where we were going to operate, so that area is still under observation. And when the time is right, crime intelligence will let the operatives know, and then the place will be raided.
Right. And then just looking into the operations in its entirety in the province as well, which places have been identified as hotspots?
We have identified areas where we know for sure that there are counterfeit goods and illicit contraband that is being sold. We have identified areas like your Chinese malls, areas like where we have Marabastad, some of the areas there. That's basically in Tshwane, and in Joburg, Small Street. But there are a lot more places, and we're also focusing on manufacturing warehouses where these perpetrators are manufacturing illicit goods, and they are selling those and distributing to the spaza shops. So it has also been included, the spaza shop has been included in the operations and under the direction of the PC, following the unfortunate incident where children in Soweto succumbed to the poisoning. But currently we're still waiting for the toxicology to determine what was contained in those items that they have consumed. So we have brought in also the municipalities' environmental inspectors, so that they can go with the police, because remember, the police are not experts in this field, so that they can go together with the police at these supermarkets and spaza shops. Yesterday we were in Kagiso. We were able to inspect 24 premises, the spaza shops and supermarkets. The police arrested 18 people. One of those people, undocumented persons, was found with an unlicensed firearm and ammunition. So these operations will continue. We started with these operations after the PC instructed the newly appointed provincial head for commercial crime investigations to establish a task team that is inclusive of brand protectors, as well as SARS Customs, security companies, as well as other relevant departments like Home Affairs, Department of Home Affairs, so that they can go as a team, and as and when they get to the premises, all these departments and various stakeholders, they execute their mandate as and when the police then will be the ones that are effecting the arrest and investigating the cases.
What do the police have to say about communities taking the law into their hands? I mean, in Soweto, Operation Dudula has been on a mission to close down spaza shops as well. There's been videos going viral on social media where other, NGOs as well in the communities are closing these shops down, which are owned by foreign nationals.
We're always saying that we're calling upon anyone with information on who wants to work with the police, regardless of the formation in the community formation in that area. we are always calling upon them. They should not take the law into their own hands. With the ones that were happening in Soweto recently, they did that in collaboration with the police. Police were called in and they were informed that what they're going to do. So the police called in also, like I said, the experts that have to work with the police, like your environmental inspectors, so that they are able to determine, because with the police, we're not experts in this. We do not know what constitutes a fake and what is not. So we have to call in the expert so that they are able to tell us this is fake, and then the police can be able to assist in the seizure of those things and investigate. Because when you have to take these incidents to court, or these perpetrators to court, you have to stand there and explain why do you say what you say is fake. So we need experts in that, and we are also calling upon everyone, community formations, any NGO, to come work together with the police. I mean, the establishment of the the Operation Chanela, was so that it's a wagon that everybody in the department, private sector, business, everyone can come on board. And as and when, under the protection and security of the police, they can be able to execute their mandate.
Yeah, because residents say that they feel let down by the police officials who, when they call, they don't arrive to investigate what's happening in their communities. Hence why we saw 2 kids dying recently in Soweto.
When you call the police after the effect, the police will come in there and wait for the perpetrators. When they go there and take the law into their own hands, they are also committing a crime. Taking the law into your own hand does not solve the problem. You cannot solve a problem with creating another problem. So as the police, when we are called to those situations, we will deal with those that take the law into their own hands decisively, because we have always said, those that want to work with the police, we have structures that are recognized. We have your CPFs, we have Community in Blue, we have street patrollers. Those structures are recognized. They're working together with the police. They're working together with the community of with the Department of Community Safety. So that's why we're calling upon those to not take the law into their own hands. We are responsive when we are called, but you cannot somewhere when chaos erupts and you say you call the police, and then the police get there, they are arresting you. Yes, you have committed a crime. You will be arrested.
Can you maybe tell us what is the street value of the counterfeit goods that have been confiscated so far by the SAPS over the period of this year, maybe?
I have the value for the confiscations that have been taken, that the police will be distracting this Saturday as a build-up to the launch of our Safer Festive Season, which will be in Mohlakeng on Saturday. The value thereof is 134 million rands.
Have you identified, working with intelligence, where some of these goods are coming from? Is that as a result of the productive factories as well, which are manufacturing these counterfeit goods, or through the borders as well?
We cannot rule out the fact that they're also coming through the borders. Hence, we have had a bust in one of our ports. You know that City Deep there. There has been several instances where the police were able to confiscate counterfeit and contraband goods. So we believe that those came through the ports. But right now, like I said, we've also extended our operations to the illegal warehouses that are illegally manufacturing these goods.
Have you identified a problem, maybe lastly, that most of these shops aren't regulated? These puzzle shops you're seeing in the communities as well. What is it that you're seeing when you get on scene? Are most of them not regulated?
That's why we're working together with the municipalities to establish those that are regulated and those that are not. But mostly the reason why when we get there, after we operate the spaza shops, we will close it, because as per the information that we receive from the relevant department, it will be that it is not regulated.
Rick, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
That's the Gauteng spokesperson for the South African Police Service, Brenda Muradili, joining us this morning, giving us an update on the kind of work they're doing in countering, of course, the counterfeit goods, which is seemingly quite a headache, not only for the SAPS, but for very many communities as well, in which some of the residents living in these areas are purchasing goods from these particular operations, and of course in these puzzle shops, and leading to the loss of lives, such as we saw in Soweto as well, where 2 kids died as a result of allegedly eating biscuits which they bought from a puzzle shop in Naledi in Soweto.
And that brings the question, Pule, how much still needs to be done in as far as consumer awareness is concerned around these counterfeit goods? Are, consumers and buyers buying knowingly, or unknowingly, and what else can be done to ensure that they are informed and educated about the dangers of course, buying counterfeit goods. So, of course, Pule Letshwiti-Jones for us out in Tshwane covering this story for us. This is our focus for today, right here in eNCA, and we'll continue to delve more into it with the rest of our reporters stationed around the country.